Warren County, Mississippi, May 19, 1863. Battalions of Union soldiers marched through the marshy ground of the Delta, the wet slop already clinging to their boots. The morning chill is already passing, promising to leave a parting gift of southern humidity, as the summer sun climbs over the grassland to the east. The soldiers, low on spirit but not resolve, check their rifles and equipment as they advance to the siege lines of Vicksburg. The morning would almost be peaceful, were it not for the hissing and clanking of 3 10-foot steam-powered walking robots, armed with cannons and enormous sabers, set to bolster their ranks. Such is a typical scene from Ironclad Tactics, an American Civil War strategy game that has nothing to do with the Monitor or the Virginia. This lane-based tactical card game was first introduced on Steam, where its unconventional setting, an odd mix of real-time lane-based combat, and card strategy, have won a few fans. The basic structure mixes lane-based games like Plants vs. Zombies with a collectible card game. While the action plays out in real time, you'll still have to wait for action points to accrue before you can deploy units, weapons, or movement modifications. The core of the game revolves around the steam-powered ironclad automatons, possessed by both the Union and the Confederacy in this alternate history, though you'll be able to play more conventional soldiers as well. The primary campaign follows the northern inventor of the ironclad system, and his apprentice as the war between the states begins. The story plays out in various comic book panels, that are surprisingly light in tone given the subject matter. Cards are unlocked through the campaign, and can be upgraded and combined into custom decks. Ironclad Tactics comes from developer Zachtronics, which previously released the sci-fi puzzler Space Chem as part of the third Humble Bundle. The app description says that there are no ridiculous in-app purchases, despite the fact that Google's system marks the free game as including IAP. I've downloaded the game from my tablet, and can't find any store or currency options, so I'm guessing that the IAP comes in the form of the expanded story that's already being sold as DLC on Steam. I assume you have to play through the main campaign to see these options. I've tried the first few levels with no interruption, so it looks like you get a good bit of content for free. I've reached out to the developer for clarification. Developer replied to my inquiries. The full game can be unlocked after the first 6 levels for $3.99, including the full campaign and New Game Plus mode. 2 add-on DLC campaigns are available for $2.99 each. For those who didn't know, Ironclad Tactics is pretty much RTS meets CCG, in the sense that this has a very short time limit for each turn. You'll have to always be on your toes, and won't have time to deliberate each turns like most CCGs, for example Star Realms. For me, this makes it hugely exciting, and multiplayer would also be a fast-paced affair. For others, this may be a turnoff. The main goal of majority of the game is to achieve your victory points, VP, as fast as possible. You gain VP by having your ironclads cross the opponent's starting line. Each turn you will receive action points, which you can use to spend on ironclads, tactics, parts or infantry cards. You must have 20 cards in each deck, and 2 factions max. The cards are rotated in and out, each turn, so you'll have to be fast. Ironclads are mostly strong tanks, and would simply trample all infantry in their path, but they came into battlefield unarmed, and must be equipped with weapon parts, to actually have any firepower. Infantry, on the other hand, is cheap, and mostly already equipped with weapons of their own. Most importantly, infantry are needed to capture certain placements in the battlefield, which grants additional APVP per turn. However, you may equip certain parts on ironclads to grant them visibility. The card upgrade system is one of a kind. You will receive new cards by completing story missions normally, and with certain challenges. You will also receive new cards by accomplishing certain actions with certain cards, for example, deploy this card X times, or fire this weapon X times, etc. Before this, there are also some cards which are locked behind multiplayer, but due to player feedback, the dev introduced a new Game Plus mode, which enables these cards to be unlocked in single player as well. Hopefully this will revive the multiplayer scene for this game, since it's almost dead on PC.